Good. All right. So myths about hypnosis, we said this is important for us to know, for our clients to know and understand, because most clients, when they come to see us, they're afraid. How many of you mentioned to me that you were nervous about coming to this class? You were anxious, right? That's exactly, and you're not coming for a session. At least this is what you think, right? You're not coming for a session, but just being with people in a class and working on our issues makes you feel anxious, and it's okay because your soul knows that we're going to do some work, and of course the body reacts, right? You're being triggered. Same thing happens with our clients. Most of them are anxious. I don't know if I should say afraid of hypnosis, but it's the unknown. They have not tried this before. And it is very important to let them know what hypnosis is and what hypnosis is not, because if they are afraid, they are not going to let go in a session. If we allow them to start a session with us having the wrong expectations of what is going to take place, they might interrupt the session and say, I'm still here, I'm present, I'm not asleep, I can still hear you, because they don't know what's going to happen. So let's talk about some of the myths about hypnosis. Quick review, right? Hypnosis is not like falling asleep. Many people think that hypnosis is like falling asleep, that they will be unconscious. Not true. They will be conscious, they will be in control, they will be alert, they'll hear the noises in the room, outside of the room. They will be in an altered state of consciousness or an expanded state of awareness, but they are in control. They can stop the session at any time. Some people think that in order for you to put them into a trance, you need special powers. Not true, right? Anybody that learns an induction can put people into a trance. Let's say if you want to do a stage hypnosis, you can do that very easily. What comes next, once you put people in a trance, in what we do, what comes next? Not everybody is able to do it. Because we're going to work with the soul, and the soul is our client's soul is gonna visit sad events. Sometimes, if not most of the times, traumatic events. And we're there to guide them, we're there to support them, we're there to hold space for them. For some people, that is uncomfortable. Why? Because we'll have our own issues. And during the session, we might get triggered. And it is okay. If you get triggered, contact one of your colleagues and say, well, I was facilitating a session. My client went to this event on this memory, and I felt an emotion trapped here in my throat, for example. And I need to explore that. The more sessions you get as a client, the better practitioner you will become, because you know how it feels, okay? So the fear is of them not waking up. You're not going to fall asleep. What do you mean waking up? Especially when we do it online. What if the call disconnects? You're going to notice that I'm not talking to you. You're just going to open your eyes and reconnect, right? Remember the video I showed with this guy not able to move the hand from the head? He was awake. He was talking to me. He was in control. He was even arguing with me that he was not in a trance. Right? So they're in control and they're awake. It works only on mentally weak people. Not true. I need them to understand what I'm saying. All hypnosis is self-hypnosis. If they're not able to follow my instructions, nothing is going to happen. So this is why it's difficult to do it with kids, or with people that have certain conditions like, I don't know, autism, Down syndrome. I wouldn't do sessions on people with those conditions. They are meant to have it for a reason. Or with old people, it's difficult for them to follow your instructions. Anyway, some people believe that this is something against religion. Oh, this is of the work of the devil. And I went through that myself. Not a problem. Human history, right? Every time we don't understand what something is, we say it's the devil. Right? Imagine people, the cavemen, when they first saw the fire. What is this? But now we use it every day to cook. We use it. Once we understood it, we started using it in our advantage. Same thing is with hypnosis. Another fear of people is that they might reveal their secrets, right? And I can put Ricky in a trance. I said, Ricky, can you please give me the PIN of your credit card? She's going to open her eyes and say, you crazy? Right? It is not going to happen. Not because I put you in a trance, you're at my mercy. I'm not in control of what you're going to say or do. I cannot ask you to take your clothes off now that you're in a trance. You will not do anything that goes against your morals, or I cannot go over the boundaries, for example, right? Anyway, people being afraid that they could look like fool, but that's stage hypnosis, and that's not what we're doing. That they could be abused, right? I'm here. I remember somebody contacted me for a session, and she said, can I bring my friend to the session? I said, no, sessions are private. Well, maybe not for the interview, but what about the actual session? No, sessions are private. And then she said, well, you have to understand that I'm a woman and you're a man, and we're going to be alone in a room, and you're going to have me in a trance. What is she saying, right? So I said, you don't trust me. And if you don't trust me, nothing is going to happen. Go check other practitioners in the area. Maybe look for a female practitioner. Some months or a couple of years later, it seems that she learned hypnosis. She became part of a forum that I was a member of back in the day. And she contacted me saying, Antonio, I'm so sorry. I said what I said. I now understand, right? But this is the fear that especially women going to male practitioners, right? Feeling that, oh, he's going to put me in a trance and do something to me. That's not going to happen. Nowadays I have my videos, so they trust already. They have videos. They see testimonials, so that is not an issue. When nobody knows you and you're going to get to somebody's home office, it's normal that you feel like not safe. The big one, right? I will not remember anything after I come out of a trance. We say that was true or that was not true? Not true. It is normal to remember everything. Some people remember parts of the session, some others don't remember anything. We go to the somnambulistic level, very, very deep. Theta state. After theta is delta, right? When you're asleep. Theta state, but that's only 3%. Doesn't matter how hard I try to take you to the deepest possible level. Doesn't matter how many inductions I combine. It is the way your mind works. When somebody goes to the somnambulistic level, it's not because you did it. Remember, all hypnosis is a hypnosis. They choose how deep they want to go. I had clients that were very deep, that were almost unresponsive. I had to bring them out of a trance, open your eyes, and explain to them, in a moment I'm going to count you down, but now I want you to go deep, but deep enough where you can still talk to me with no issues. She adjusted how deep she was going to be. Anyway, any questions about this? No? Good? Simple? Right? So what is hypnosis, right? The fastest tool of psychology. It is an altered state of consciousness. We're conscious all the time. And once somebody is in a trance, we can access information that is not consciously accessible. Information that is stored in the subconscious mind, right? And the subconscious mind is associated to what? The soul, right? The soul, not the brain. The soul. Some people say, well, what are you talking about? Well, we need to learn, as I said, information provided by spirits and just simple logic. How is it possible that we bring symptoms from previous lives, from other bodies that have nothing to do with this one, right? If my conscious and subconscious mind were associated to the brain in a past life, my body dies, my brain dies, my conscious, subconscious should die with it, I shouldn't have any symptoms. I should begin with this life with a clean slate. It doesn't happen. So spirits share this information with us that conscious mind and subconscious mind goes with the soul, that the brain is just another organ. Okay? All right, so we can, of course, eliminate pain. I explained it's always a good idea to find out the origin of the pain before just removing it. And when people are in a trance, they're highly susceptible to suggestion, so we have to be careful with what we say and what we do. because whatever we say becomes true for them. It becomes part of their reality. This is why it's so important to understand that we should not be asking leading questions, that we should not be jumping to conclusions. It's important that we don't ask them to say what we want them to say, or that we facilitate a session based on what we think is going to happen, trying to guess, or based on our belief system, because our belief system might be different than our client's belief system, right? And of course, we can use hypnosis to treat disorders, right? Addictions and stuff. But I always said it, that any addiction is a distractor that the mind uses in order to not to deal with a repressed emotion. So if you just work with the symptom, you're not doing anything. The idea is to follow the symptom to the event that originated it, right? Because it's like, let's say here there's a water stain, right? Water stain. So what I do is I sand and I paint, and it looks like new again. Next week when I come back, there's a water stain again. Again, I'm going to sand and I'm going to paint, and it's going to look good again. Next week I come, it's going to be there again. So what I need to do is, okay, this is a water stain. Where is the water coming from? I need to open, I need to follow the water, and there's a leak here in this pipe. This is what we're doing. We're not just sanding and painting so that it looks nice. We need to go inside and fix. That is what we're doing in a class.